See you later, George. All right, we are headed to an undisclosed body of water. We're headed to the lake. It's not really a good lake, but it's a lake, and we're gonna go give it a go. So I don't know if you can hear that, but it's absolutely coming down. Okay, the rain it's kind of spotty now. It kind of died down a minute, so I think we're gonna go. That is slick. Not just for fishing, but for loading and unloading a boat by yourself. Minn Kota wrappers are pretty dang slick. So this past weekend was Minnesota fishing opener, and basically it's tradition for everybody to get out, go fishing, and at least try for walleyes. And that's kind of the same day bass opens up too, so naturally being a bass angler, on opener, Steph and I went, slammed some bass, caught a bunch that were kind of cruising in the shallows. The fish are much farther along than I anticipated. They're getting ready to spawn, they're getting ready to do the birds and the bees, and I think it's that way with everything too. I think it's that way with panfish. I think panfish are much farther along. There's crappies and gills on beds, and I think the walleyes are pretty much all post-spawn. Walleyes spawn much earlier than many other fish, so with the water temperatures creeping around 60 degrees, I think they're all pretty much done. We then moved from bass and caught crappies off of beds, big gills off of beds, and we're like, okay, we're having an absolute unbelievable day. Let's just try our luck walleye fishing in the evening. And we went out, we tried. Steph was floating a bobber and a leech. I was floating a bobber and I think a fathead. And I'm not confident walleye fishing around my area. And I don't know what came over me, but I tried a wrapless shad wrap for one of the first times ever in my area. Just kind of throwing it right into the weeds, right on the weed line, reeling it confidently through the weeds, and boom, all of a sudden walleye. Boom, walleye again. Boom, walleye again. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Another Walter on the shad wrap. Right by the boat. Another absolute gorgeous eater on the bleeding hot olive wrapless shad wrap. Got him. Back-to-back casts. Frickin' shad wrap spun on a clinic. That's a nice one, boys. God. Oh my God. Try jerking it. Like a jerk bait.
I couldn't reach.
That is a freaking beautiful eater right there, boys. They're smoking that shad wrap. Boom, walleye again. Steph puts on a shad wrap. Boom, walleye. And I was like, what? Steph with the Walter. Nice eater, Walter. Nice job. Steph's on again. Boat flip him. Boat flip him. Nice job. Right there. Turn down the radio. Steph's still throwing the shad wrap, except a little bit different this time. This is a gino crappie.
Measure it.
Dang. And for all of you out there that are experienced walleye anglers and catch a bunch of big walleyes, like, you're not gonna understand my excitement. But if you're a poor walleye fisherman and you think you suck at walleye fishing just like me, you understand when you finally boat a walleye and you really don't think you're gonna catch one, you're just like, no! We ended up opener weekend, smashing bass, smashing crappies, smashing gills, and smashing walleyes. Best opener of Steph and myself's life. And my goal today is hopefully come back out here, put this wrapless shad wrap to the test again, and catch some more, hopefully. Is that too much to ask? 2 days of good walleye fishing in a row around my area? I don't know. We'll give it a go. Just a little update. I have caught nothing so far. been fishing for like 2 hours. I've been fiddling a lot with cameras and stuff. But that's no excuse. I'm just not on them. But I do have salt and vinegar lays, so I'm not mad. Let's get back to fishing. Wow, dang. People ask me all the time, how do you like the Blackfish jacket? I never see you wearing it. That's because my camera's wearing it, and I'm normally just in my bibs, letting my upper half just eat it. So, come on, Rain. At least the camera's good. It should be gone hopefully in a second, maybe. That feels like a walleye. It is a walleye. Get up in here. All right, first walleye of the night on a little plastic. Not the shad wrap, but just a little plastic. Okay. Fish on. That's a walleye on the plastic. There we go, fish on the shad wrap. It's a good fish. It's a good fish. Could be a pike. No, it's a walleye. It's a nice walleye. Get up in here. Yeah. I changed spots on the lake, found a little bit different part of the weed line. That's 3. And I'm just raptored down. I have not moved. I caught one on the plastic, casting more right at the weed line, and then another one plastic casting right out front. And now I just decided to throw this little bit duller color shad wrap around. Bam! Okay, so right now it's 6:45. I think it's light out till like 8:30. I've got 2 hours of fishing still. I think kind of as we progress closer to sunset, they're gonna get a little bit more aggressive and get on this crankbait. So I might kind of mix it between this and that plastic, just go nice and slow, mark all the spots I'm catching fish at, and then like right at prime time, make sure I hit all these little waypoints. So 3 in the box so far, 3 more, and we got a limmy. There we go, fish on. This could be, oh, this could be a better fish. Don't freak out. Come here. There you go, fish on. On the plastic. Oh. Crappie on the plastic. Harvest. So on my 360 up front, I can actually see that right next to that weed line, there's a whole bunch of bait and a bunch of fish. So it seems like we've caught pike, walleye, crappie. There's multiple predator fish in the area because I think there's a lot of bait here. So I'm just gonna kind of switch between the shad wrap and the plastic and keep crushing. There we go, there's one. Feels like a walleye. Feels like a decent walleye. Get up here, get up here. Nice little eater. They're eating just the back hook. Those hooks are so sticky. Harvest. There we go, fish on. It's a walleye. Get up here. Decent little eater. They're starting to bite. Alrighty guys, the weather's starting to get really bad and I just checked the radar and I guess it's gonna rain basically from now all the way into tomorrow morning. So I think I'm gonna put the camera gear away before I totally ruin it. If you guys are anything like me and you're kind of intimidated by walleye, or maybe there's not amazing walleye opportunity in your area, don't be afraid to get out, try it. Fish some weed lines, fish much shallower than you would maybe potentially think they're at. Maybe try some shad wraps or small plastics. Just try a bunch of different colors, stay optimistic, and don't be afraid to go shallow. And especially throwing crankbaits in the weeds. So thank you so much for watching this episode all the way to the end. I have walleyes to clean and I have camera gear to dry out. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I guess there's nothing left to be said than stay tuned. And as always, let the adventure begin. See ya. Okay, so really quick, I'll just give you a quick rundown of the 2 setups I have rigged up that at least worked for me a couple days ago. So take it with a grain of salt, but this is what I'm starting with. So I basically have 2 bass rod reel setups. This is the Sobi Special by Dobyns Rods. It's a freaking awesome spinning rod. Please go check this rod out. Not only does it catch bass, it catches walleyes. But yeah, from there, I have 10-pound Suffolk braid to a 10-pound Suffolk fluorocarbon leader. And on this setup, the tried and true wrapless shad wrap, bleeding hot olive. And then I rigged up one other rod because I was like, okay, I caught those walleyes the other day when it was beautiful, the sun was setting, it was clear skies, a little bit of wind. And now today it's calm, rain on and off, but very cloudy. Maybe they want a little bit darker approach. I think this is olive craw or purple olive craw, but the same exact bait, just a wrapless shad wrap. And what I'm gonna be doing is just casting them today because I'm not a walleye guy. I don't know how to troll. I don't want to troll. I want to cast. And that's what we're going to do.